Hi team, welcome to the next Ask Russell. So this is episode 4 and this question is from Steve Pope. So he was asking about box squatting. He plays rugby and he likes the box squat. It's good because it disrupts the stretch shortening cycle, but is that necessarily the best way to train squatting for rugby? Well, the long and short of it is, again, there's a couple of options. The box squat is a great exercise first off, so it can definitely be used, but it depends what you want to use it for as to whether it's the best exercise. So there's a couple of things we'll go through. So for me, there's a few different ways you can box squat, and then you've also got to think about how those fit your goals. So I'll quickly go through the ways you can box squat. Hopefully you'll hear me while I'm squatting so that we can actually keep the thing flowing. And then we'll talk about the kind of goals end of it and how it works for you basically. So obviously you traditionally think box back squat. You could probably box front squat and that kind of stuff, but back squat's the more popular, so we'll just go with that one. So I've got a box here, it's about 14 inches-ish high, and I'm looking to just get the crease of my hips below my knee, which is, you know, just an accepted general good depth. If you can go ass to grass, then fine, but you'd struggle to get your box in there. So the first squat that I'll quickly show you is just literally just a touch and go off the box, and that's good for really just for showing people how deep they should be going. It just gives a little bit of feedback, it helps them sit back, just do a soft touch on the box, looking for just as light as possible, and then back up again. So it's a good way to sort of teach beginners how to the right depth and the good positions. Okay, so I'll quickly show you that one. So just a nice quick one. The second one is sit back, pause on the box but stay tight and then drive off that. Okay, so that one kills the stretch shortening cycle, whereas the other one doesn't. But you still stay tight, the muscles are still kept under tension. So it's easier to drive off it. And then the third style in that style, I've sat back, I've kept a good posture, but I've relaxed somewhat. So I've sat more upright, and then I've had to re-recruit and drive from there. So that's the hardest style. The weight's going to come down respectively from each of those options. So option 1 is the easiest because it's just a touch and go, you use your stretch shortening cycle. Option 2, you kill it, so you get less help, therefore it's going to be harder. And version 3, you've got to really try and relax to some extent, still keeping flat back, still keeping solid, driving it from there. So you've almost got your kind of options really beginner, intermediate, advanced, so to start off with from that. So, and how that affects your programming, is that good for rugby? Well, yeah, getting stronger is almost always going to help, provided you're not already colossally strong. Getting stronger is going to help you produce force, which is probably going to help you run faster, jump higher, tackle harder, be more resilient, less likely to get injured, so it's going to be good for you. But if you're looking for a phase where you're looking for maximal force development as rapidly as possible, you know, box squat may not be the best way to do it, so you wouldn't do your kind of sit and pause for ages type squat, whereas you would want to keep your stretch shortening cycle so it's nice continuous tension, use the elastic force of the muscle and drive straight out of that. Whereas with your box squat, if you're looking for just pure force development, so irrespective of the time, that might be a good option for it. So you're down to the box, pause for a second, stay tight, and then drive off that. It doesn't matter if it's a bit slow, because you can still just produce maximal force and get back up there. So in our programs in No Excuses at the moment, we've gone through, what I'm experimenting with is 3 phases of sort of motor quality. So phase 1 is just maximal force development, phase 2 is starting to utilise the stretch shortening cycle, and phase 3 we're looking to put it all together. So it goes maximal force as quick as possible and then put the 2 together so you get hopefully the big jump. So your box squat in phase 1, normal squat in phase 2, and then we're looking at speed squats in the next phase. So it'll be things like your chain loaded squats, looking at just putting the two together, but with a quicker contraction, a quicker speed through the rep, so hopefully it'll develop force more quickly. So hopefully that's kind of answered the question on generally the examples of box squats, how the motor qualities might affect your programming, and how they're executed. So keep your questions coming in. Episode 5 is going to be on ankle range of motion and a few stretches for that, and I look forward to getting some for episode 6 and 7. Cheers!